Hey folks, Redneck Reloader here. This video is not like any other one I've made. It's just kind of a little rant video about customer service. I like to talk about good customer service when I get it and bad customer service, and I have an example of both. So it's not, it is gun related, it's not reloading related, it's not medical related. If you want to skip over this video, I understand. But like I said, I just wanted to tell you all about the situation. So first, the good. This goes back about a year or so ago, but I just want to use it as an example versus what happened to me today. So I have two Hipoint guns, a C9 pistol, and I have a 9mm carbine. And you know, Hipoint gets a bad rap for being cheap, junky guns, but I can tell you in my experience, they're excellent. I've never had any problems out of my guns. They're fantastic. I use them for most of my testing, for new ammo, and all my, if you've seen any of my bullet review videos, I test them all. I shoot them out of a pistol, shoot them out of a carbine. Those are the two guns I'm getting shot out of, and they work great for me. I had an issue about a year ago with one of my pistol mags. This is not the one, but just to show you, this plastic base plate. Of course, it's a steel mag, but it's got a plastic base plate. Well, one of my base plates developed a crack here on the side. It was still working, it was still holding in place, but I was afraid it was going to come off. And I don't ever drop my mags or anything. It was just something that just cracked. So not a big deal. Stuff happens. And I'd always heard that Hipoint had fantastic customer service. So it was great. I sent them an email, explained what happened. Said, hey, can you guys help me out? They said, no problem. Sent me out a little envelope. In the envelope were 2 new springs, 2 new base plates, and a Hipoint tool, which, if you're familiar with Hipoint, you kind of use this for everything from adjusting the sights to, you know, it's got for the carbine, it's got both sides nuts you need to take them apart. It's got this little thing which is for unlocking the trigger lock. So it's kind of a handy little tool to have. And you get one with every gun. So they sent me an extra tool, 2 base plates, 2 springs. I only have one left because I used them on that magazine. So no questions asked. Just send one email. They mail it right out to me. No problem. Well, fast forward a month or 2 later, and I was at my local pawn shop, and they have kind of a junk bin with magazines and holsters and different things, and I was just kind of thumbing through there, and I found this. This is a Hipoint C9 magazine. They had this in the junk bin, and they had $5 on it. And so great, buy it. I can always use an extra magazine. So got it home, took it apart, cleaned it up good, and the spring had quite a bit of rust on it. So it was still working, but you know, it was rusty, and I said, you know, I've got those extra parts they sent me. I'll just go ahead and put a new spring in this, you know, a new base plate, just making a new magazine, basically, rebuild it. I could not find this stupid envelope. I found it months later. It had it in a drawer, and it had fallen back behind the drawer, but I just couldn't find it. So I contacted Hipoint again and explained the situation. I said, look, you guys sent me, you know, 2 springs, 2 base plates a month ago, and I used one of each. I've got an extra around here somewhere, but I just cannot find it. And I said, I bought this magazine. It's got some rust on it. And the spring, I'd like to replace the spring. Is there any way you could send me another spring? And they said, no problem. Send me a second envelope with 2 springs, 2 base plates. So I put 1 spring in the magazine, put 1 base plate on. So now I really do have spares. Now I know where they're at, and I've got a couple extra springs and a couple extra base plates. All no charge, no questions, no hassle to me. All I had to do was just send them an email. That's all it took, and they send the stuff out to me. Fantastic customer service. I've heard a lot of stories, and they sent me a tool, an extra tool for no reason, which was nice. Because I kind of keep them stored different places, and I keep one in my truck. So if I'm up there shooting up in the mountains and I have an issue or something, I can use a tool. So I've heard a lot of stories about people like sending their guns back to Hipoint to be repaired, and when Hipoint ships it back, they'll throw in an extra magazine. They always do something a little extra. And so I guess that's kind of what I expect from companies. And same thing with RCBS, Rock Chucker. I bought their got a rock chucker press, an old one I bought. The priming arm was kind of goofed up. I contacted them about it. They sent me a new part, no questions asked, on a press that is over 50 years old. And I didn't even buy from them. I bought used. Didn't matter. That's fine. We'll send it to you. No problem. It's a little part. I've had to send them about a couple of things for dies when I've had issues with them. They're always just, no problem. What do you need? Here we go. And they send the part out. No questions asked. So I guess I've been spoiled. So I have quite a few AR-15 magazines. I've got some P mags. I've got some hex mags. I have the aluminum GI mags, which are my favorite. But I've also bought a lot of these. This is Amend 2. I guess it's supposed to be Second Amendment, but it's Amend 2. And my local gun store has these in a big bin up by the desk, a big like rain barrel. I don't know, they must have 500 magazines in there. And they've got them in there. The P mags, it depends. The price varies. They're usually around 12 bucks. Sometimes they'll have them as low as like $10.99. Hex mags, when they have them, they're usually pretty close to the P mags, maybe a buck cheaper. But they always have a bunch of these Amend 2s, and they're like $8.99. So I bought quite a few of these just to kind of have a spare mag. You see a lot of them still in the bags. Haven't even opened them. It's just, you know, when they start talking, oh, gun control, and we're going to outlaw 30-round mags and stuff, which has happened several times in my lifetime. I try to get a few extra mags here and there just to have them. So I bought quite a few of these Amend 2 mags, and they've been good mags. I haven't had any issues with them. I've shot them quite a bit. This one is an Amend 2 mag, and it happens to be a 20-round magazine. And I bought that for a very specific reason. Actually, while I was making this, I just noticed something. I have this Amend 2 mag in the pouch that I bought over at the gun store, which I don't even remember when I bought it, probably a year or two ago. But when I was looking at it, I go, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. And it's actually a P mag. So somebody must have swapped them, probably trying to get a deal. So they must have swapped some P mags and threw them in these Amend 2 bags so they could get an extra buck or two off on them. And I didn't know it. I just grabbed it in the bag and bought it. So considering how I feel about Amend 2 right now, kind of happy about that. So let me get back to my rant. So this is an Amend 2 mag. So it's got the 2 on the bottom of it. And it's a 20 rounder. Now I bought this one for a very specific reason. Because this is my test mag. I keep this in my truck. And when I'm testing new ammo, this is the magazine I use. And I like this as a test mag because it's short. So when I'm on my truck, because usually if I'm testing ammo, I'll take my backpack I've got in my truck, put it up on my hood, use it as a brace. And I like this 20 rounder because it doesn't hang down so far that it's hitting the top of the truck when I'm trying to aim and stuff. So that's why I bought a 20 rounder, just for testing purposes. Now, my AR is probably a little undergassed, and it likes 5.56 ammo. It does not like 2.23. So a lot of, like, you know, factory 2.23, if I bite it, it doesn't want to cycle it. It's short strokes, and doesn't cycle it all the way back. So whenever I load my AR rounds kind of hot because of that, a little more towards what would probably be a 5.56 rather than 2.23. If I load 2.23 data, I'm up towards the high end of it. So the way I test that, when I'm testing a new powder or testing a new combination, is I'll load one at a time in these and shoot it and see if the bolt locks back every time. And if it's short stroking and not locking back, I know the rounds are too weak. So I'm guessing this follower's got a little bit more wear than what you would normally see. So, and I don't know if it's going to get picked up on the camera or not with focus, but this follower has a notch right there that has gotten, I guess, worn in it over time, or something has gouged it out, but it's got a little notch in it right there, and that kind of creates a little ramp. So what happens now, this mag won't lock back my AR. My magazine still works fine, it just won't lock back. So the way I use this for testing purposes is kind of annoying. So I thought about it the other day, and you know, Amend 2's got stuff all over their thing about their warranty and all this stuff. And I go, you know what? I'm going to put it to a test. So I send an email, send pictures, explain the situation. And I said, hey guys, could you send me a new follower? And so they're very nice, wrote me back, yes, no problem. That'll be covered under our warranty. Here's an address. All you got to do is write us a letter and explain you want a warranty and put an order number if you have it and send the magazine back to us and we'll replace it. And I said, okay. So I wrote them back and I said, look guys, the magazine's fine. I just need the follower. I can go over and buy a 30 rounder for $8.99. I could just go buy a new one, strip it down, take the follower out and stick it in here if I wanted to. For $8.99 if I wanted to. It will cost me that much to ship this to you guys in Oregon or wherever the hell they are. And I said, you guys will have to give me the cost. You're going to have to replace a whole magazine, which doesn't need replaced. I just need the follower. So let's just make it easy on both of us. Just take a follower, stick it in an envelope, and mail it to me. That's all I need. It's going to be a lot cheaper shipping. I don't care. You can mail it slow. If it gets here in a month, I don't care. Just make things easy on both of us and do this, you know. And they write me back and said no. They said all of their parts are going towards manufacturing. And they can't spare any parts. So the only way they could replace it is to replace the entire magazine. So I'm going to have to mail it back to them to replace it. Does that now sound like a load of crap? I'll tell you what I suspect. I don't think they're making them. I think somebody else is making them for them. And they're probably just in office someplace. And they're just getting them in and then shipping them back out. And they probably don't have any parts. They can't walk out on the factory floor and pick up something because they aren't making them. They probably got PMag or one of these other companies, HexMag or somebody else making them for them. And that's why they don't have access to parts. It's what I suspect. But it's ridiculous. So am I going to do that? No. I'll just probably keep using it. I've got extra mags around here. I might just take an extra follower out of one and stick it in this one and stick this follower in the other mag. Because as I said, it still works fine. It just won't lock the bolt bag. But just annoying. These companies, and then they wonder, you know, why they can't keep business. It's a little issue. If he had said, look, send us $2 and we'll send you a follower, I would have gladly done that. But it wasn't even an option. If I've sent them pictures, obviously this is defective because I've never had another magazine do this. It's not that big of a deal. It's a piece of plastic, probably had a weak spot in it. But if they feel that strongly about it, just send me a new mag. Why do I got to send this one back? That's just causing more headache for me. So that's my rant. So just comparing two different companies. So I've been to, I would avoid them. I'm not going to buy any more. I can, like I said, for an extra $1, I get a PMag. I'll never have any problem. So, or a GI mag, the aluminum ones. But trying to save $1, sometimes what's the old saying? You know, you try to save a penny and you lose a pound, as they say. So that's all I got for today. If you sat through this, God bless you. Sorry for ranting, but I'm just kind of, like I said, if a company treats me right, I like to throw the good word out for them. If they treat me wrong, I like to throw that out there too. So thank you all. God bless. I hope you're all doing well during this mess. I think things are getting better. I went to the gun shop this week, and they had a whole shelf full of powders. A lot to choose from. They were still limiting it to 1 pound. That's all you could buy at a time. But I did get a pound of tight group, which will last me a long time. But they're still not seeing primers yet. But had plenty of bullets and even had brass. So about the only thing they didn't have were primers. So hopefully those are going to come back soon. So God bless y'all. See you next time. Bye.